Sports app. Time to separate what's real from what's no big deal. Something or nothing. Bears decide to run the ball. That's a good idea, huh, Coach?
DeAndre Swift.
Caleb, 157 and a touchdown to bring Chicago 2-2. First time with a completion percentage above 70.
Yeah,
Nice.
Getting better.
every week. And it doesn't show passer rating, which, go ahead, I'll wait.
No interceptions is pretty good. Something or nothing.
Oh, it's something. It's steady improvement. Listen, and the passer rating was miserable in week 1 and miserable in week 2, and then mediocre-ish in week 3. Week 3 was weird because 350 yards and a couple touchdowns sounds good, but 2 picks and a strip sack is awful. Yesterday, he played really well. Now, listen, the Rams defense had real question marks coming into the year and is injured. So I will add that caveat. From the smart people stats, they're not that far from Washington as far as like ineptness defensively right now thus far through this year. Shockingly, you lose a first ballot Hall of Famer, whether it's Philly's offensive line, the Rams defensive line, the whole thing takes a step back. But the Bears, if you had them in the playoffs, as I did, I had them further than that, but at a minimum, the playoffs, like a lot of people did. Through 4 weeks, you thought they'd be 2-2. Now, you thought they would have beaten, who'd they lose? The Colts, and lost to the Rams, but whatever. You thought they'd lose to the Texans, lose to the Rams, beat the Titans, and beat the Colts. And what you're hoping for is steady progression from Caleb. And that's what you're getting. And so it's absolutely something that he doesn't look lost or in over his skis. And it's not coincidental, Coach, that the first game he didn't have someone averaging 1 yard per carry. He looked better.
I love Nick talking about giving someone time.
That's what I always do.
Him develop.
That's what I always
letting
do.
him progress.
I'm sorry I have high standards and I expect excellence, but that's what I do.
You're exactly right. It's hard for a guy to come in and be successful early on, and there are outliners, and we see it every year. But typically, a rookie quarterback, there is a significant transition time, and it starts with cadence, operation, things like that. We saw improvement there. Then we've seen some improvement in the running game. And now this last game, what was it, 4 different scoring drives and no turnovers? That's real progress for him. And if he can keep on this trajectory, I think we're going to get to the wow plays that you saw in college. You just don't have to get to all those.
Coach likes Caleb.
No, he has that in him.
Thank you.
He's just got to get the other stuff straightened out, and it looks like he's on the road to doing that.
Yeah, Nick, you're going to think this is an insult. It's not. Yesterday, he was a nice little game manager. That's what yesterday, that's what he was. Fine. He was on time. He made all the nice little.
Fine.
The spectacular stuff, as Coach said, we think will definitely be there down the road. I will say this, though. It's something, Nick, and he's their weak link right now. That defense is legit.
No, the offensive line is their weak link.
He's their weak link. He's their weak link right now. Now, that doesn't mean he will be going forward.
Is this going to be another one that you deny saying years later?
What'd I say? Trevor was the weak link?
Yeah.
That's looking pretty good.
Now you're
That's looking pretty good. No, I don't think he'll be the weak link for his career. He's going to be great for his career right now. Because if he was really good, they would be what you think they are as a Super Bowl contender.
Right, which is why I think he will be really good by the end of the year. But the weakest part of their team right now is their offensive line. It's undeniable. Their offensive line hasn't had a game like this collectively. Like that's and listen, I know people haven't been studying the Bears schedule. Why would they? Next week they're home for Carolina, then a sneaky tough spot in London for when the Jag season actually begins. But those are 2 of, you would say, the worst teams in football.
I would think. I don't think.
And then
Carolina will be
after those 2 games, you know who he plays? The guy we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
They're probably both 4-2.
Right now.
Heading into a matchup against Jaden
we got to keep going.
I think they're the worst team in that division.
Commanders put up 42 points on the Cardinals. They're 3-1.
Right now.
Lead the NFC East as coach predicted. Jaden refuses to throw incompletions.
Yeah.
We're not even talking about interceptions. Incompletions. Highest completion percentage in a 4-game span. This is not like my first 4 games. And they're both those MVP seasons. This is an insane statistic. Something or nothing. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, it's something. And the difference to me between Jaden and Caleb is the presence in the pocket. And this is what you saw in college, too. he drops back and he's looking to go through his progression, he's not going to find the answer with his feet right away. He's not going to be moved out of the pocket by a phantom pass rush and put all the pressure on the offensive line. He's going to try to find that answer, and he's got a catchable ball, an accurate ball, and then when things break down, he's willing to use his feet. But because he's so dangerous with his feet, that then creates other opportunities. The fact that he's producing at this level, it's nothing. I didn't see it being this good. I thought it was going to be good and get better. But these numbers are
well, it's remarkable,
abnormally high.
Right.
I mean, there's the numbers. So 7 total touchdowns.
4 rush TDs, 3 pass, 107
passer rating
quarterback
is insane.
rating. Yeah.
So Brew, listen. It's obviously something. It's spectacular, and he is doing it with. I understand they played better this week, but with on a down-to-down, play-for-play basis, what has been the least effective defense in the league over the course of the year. So I'm going to ask you a question because I don't think we have it in the show today. If we were to do Brew's ballot. Does he have an argument right now for the number 1 spot? The team is 3-1.
I would not.
His numbers are remarkable. The defense is unlike Darnold. Darnold is playing very well.
Darnold would be number 1.
But Darnold, but that team would have won a couple of those games with me. Like Flores' defense is bringing so much to the table there, and he has Justin Jefferson.
But Darnold's got 11, leads the league with 11 touchdowns, leads the league in passer rating. And again, I think Darnold is absolutely on pumpkin watch, but I would have him probably number 1, which sounds crazy, but that's what he would be right now. But yeah, it's something because, I mean, Daniels is incredible, and I don't want to. It's hard after 4 games. You hate to just label a guy, a star, but he looks fantastic. And the team though is interesting. Look, they haven't beat the Arizona, Cincinnati, the Giants, all 1-win teams, and then they played a good team in Tampa and lost. So I'm just something to watch.
Okay, hold on. But one of those things
I think Cincinnati's a good team.
When you beat when we're only a handful of games into the year,
I know.
When you beat a team, it deprives them of a chance of getting a win.
Yeah,
you know
but
what
they
I mean?
played 3 other games.
So okay,
I'm just saying, there wasn't a team.
Cincinnati good or not?
I think they're good.
Yeah.
Depending on where we are in this show.
Not me. Not Mr. Consistency. You know who I think's good and bad. But that's why a narrative flip. Because the other thing that Cliff Kingsbury right now is in his bag, and good for him, it's September, he typically is. I'll say it again. 3 weeks from now, I think they'll both be 4-2. Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams. Right now, that game's a 1 o'clock game. Flex that sucker. Those 2 guys with a team with a chance, I think, to get to 5-2 be a big deal, and that we can see how it looks then.
Little rookie of the year.
Well, right now, Jaden's way ahead. But again, we're at the quarter pole of the season.
I want to hear you say it. Vikings alert. I'm a Vikings guy, as everyone knows. Upset alert, back on, got it right. Back on the scoreboard.
Wait, what? No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Vikings, how dare you?
Okay, I apologize.
What do you think I had?
I apologize. I'll check.
Yeah, because you got.
You don't need to check.
I thought Greg did.
Went into Lambeau and held on.
Oh, you're 100% right.
No kidding on my upset alert.
I'm sorry.
I'll check.
He moved ahead of me.
I really made wild mad there. I
I'll
you
check.
about it.
Like, really? My son's name's Billy. I'll check.
I'll get back to you.
Oh, it turns out William. Built a huge lead and then held on. Almost gave it up. Darnold had 3 more touchdowns. Now leads the league. Record as an underdog. No one believes in the Vikings except me and Greg Jennings. 3-0. Rest of the NFL, 23-36. Vikings are the first team ever to start 4-0 with 3 wins over teams that won a playoff game in the previous season. Something or nothing.
That's crazy. Go ahead, bro.
It's something because Darnold, as much as I definitely think he should be on pumpkin watch, is playing great. And you got to look at last year, the development under Shanahan. In that same system that they're running in Minnesota, he's got weapons, on the outside, running backs. And the defense with Brian Flores is just, he has baffled Purdy, Stroud, and who am I missing? And Jordan Love.
I don't know if he was baffled for a little while.
Baffled might be strong. But still, he made all 3 of them, who we think are really good quarterbacks, look pedestrian at times and play below their normal level. So that defense and Darnold right now, they're looking good.
I'm cheering for Darnold. And I did say when McCarthy went down that Sam Darnold was 4-2 in Carolina the last time he had a chance to start, and everybody's like, okay, so he has.
That's when he beat out Baker.
He was 4-2 the last time he had a chance to start, so it is nice to see the success he's had, and just like Baker had the success, you're cheering for him to hopefully that this isn't a pumpkin watch situation, that he does show that he can sustain the success. He can't sustain this level of success with 10% of his passes going for touchdowns.
Yeah.
Like that's unsustainable. Right. But hopefully it just doesn't turn back into all right, 5